Welcome to Starwatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
Have you ever had a moment so unexpected, so surreal that you wondered if you were dreaming? That's exactly what happened to me when I stumbled across Wang Yibo. Yes, the Wang Yibo, in the heart of Shanghai's Old Town. And trust me, what I saw left me completely speechless. Shanghai's Old Town is a place where time seems to slow down, where the weight of history presses gently against the pulse of modern life. As you step into its narrow streets, you are immediately embraced by an atmosphere that feels both ancient and alive. The air is filled with the mingling scents of incense drifting from temple doorways, the sweetness of candied hawthorns on skewers, and the savoury aroma of dumplings steaming in bamboo baskets. Lanterns sway gently overhead, casting a warm red glow that softens every corner, while the chatter of vendors and the laughter of children weave together into a soundtrack that is timeless. It is a world of contrasts. Stone-paved alleys that have witnessed centuries of footsteps now carry hurried tourists and casually strolling locals. Delicate carvings on wooden doors stand alongside neon reflections from nearby shops. Walking here, you can feel the layers of the city itself, dynastic heritage pressed against the urgency of modern commerce. The houses lean close to one another, as if sharing old secrets, while above them, the sky is a pale canvas occasionally interrupted by the rooftops of tea houses and curved eaves that defy the straight lines of skyscrapers just beyond. There is a sense of intimacy in these lanes, an intimacy that makes every encounter feel personal, every glance significant. In this setting, the unexpected can become extraordinary. To wander through Old Town is to step into a theatre where ordinary life plays out with quiet magnificence. The shuffle of feet on cobblestones, the flicker of calligraphy signs hanging by doorways, the rhythm of traditional instruments from a nearby courtyard performance, all of these details create a living tapestry that feels far richer than any staged production. The place is alive with memory, yet constantly renewed with each visitor who loses themselves in its charm. When someone like Wang Yibo appears here, it is not simply a celebrity sighting, it is an almost surreal collision of two worlds. The polished glamour of entertainment meets the raw authenticity of a neighborhood that refuses to bow to time. That contrast only magnifies the magic of Old Town, reminding you that no matter how far modernity reaches, there remain corners of the world where humanity, culture, and history breathe together in harmony. It is this profound blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary that makes Shanghai's Old Town unforgettable. When I first saw Wang Yibo in Shanghai's Old Town, I almost doubted my own eyes. There was no spotlight, no camera flashes chasing his every move, no perfectly staged photos to capture his angles. Instead, standing amidst the swirl of locals and tourists, he looked surprisingly ordinary, almost unrecognizable. His curly bangs fell loosely across his forehead, softening the sharpness of his usual on-screen image. The sun had left his skin slightly tanned, and his black leather jacket, though stylish in its own right, blended into the crowd rather than setting him apart. From afar, he could have been just another young man wandering the streets, enjoying a rare moment of anonymity. Yet the closer I looked, the more striking the contrast became. Here was a man often celebrated as a flawless icon, the kind of figure who dominates red carpets and magazine covers with his presence. But in this moment, stripped of glamour and the carefully crafted perfection of the entertainment industry, there was a quiet humanity about him that felt even more powerful. His shoulders, often criticized for their natural slope, carried not the burden of expectations, but a casual ease, as if he had finally put down the weight of his public image. The sharp lines of his face seemed softer, less intimidating, revealing a vulnerability that fans rarely glimpse. It was this unexpected reality that caught me most off guard. Instead of disappointment, I felt a kind of relief in seeing him this way. There is something deeply reassuring about knowing that even someone admired by millions has days where he looks ordinary, days where he blends into the rhythm of life like the rest of us. It reminded me that behind the perfection we see on screens lies a human being who can feel tired, carefree, or simply content with being unnoticed. At that moment, Wang Yibo was no longer the untouchable superstar. He was simply a young man taking a walk, perhaps lost in thought, perhaps enjoying the texture of life outside the glare of fame. And strangely enough, that made him even more magnetic. In his unguarded state, he seemed real, approachable, and profoundly authentic. It was as though the curtain had been pulled back on celebrity, and what remained was not disappointment, but a deeper appreciation for the person behind the image. The emotional impact of seeing Wang Yibo in such an unguarded and ordinary state is difficult to put into words, because it was not just about recognizing a celebrity in an unexpected place. It was about confronting the fragile line between image and reality, and realizing how powerfully those two worlds can collide within a single moment. On screen, Wang Yibo has always embodied a polished kind of perfection, the flawless star who moves with confidence, the idol who never seems out of place under the brightest lights. But here, in the quiet corners of Shanghai's Old Town, that layer of untouchable glamour slipped away, and what remained was something far more moving. What struck me most was the quiet reassurance that came from seeing him like this. His casual expression, his relaxed pace, and the subtle imperfections of his appearance all spoke of a human being who exists beyond the world of cameras. For so many fans, celebrities can sometimes feel like distant dreams, shimmering figures on screens who seem impossibly far away from the struggles of daily life. But in that moment, Wang Yibo felt close, almost familiar, like someone you could easily pass by in your own neighborhood. That closeness stirred a deep emotional response because it reminded me that admiration does not have to be built on flawless beauty or constant spectacle. It can also grow from authenticity, from recognizing that the person you admire is human too. There was also a strange kind of comfort in the contrast. Seeing him without the stage lights revealed a vulnerability that was almost tender. His shoulders, his face, even the way he blended into the crowd, all of it suggested a freedom that fame rarely allows. And as I watched, I realized that perhaps what makes him so captivating is not just his talent or his image, but the way he embodies both sides of the human experience. He can be the untouchable star, and he can be the ordinary young man. The emotional impact lies in witnessing those two realities coexist, and in understanding that true connection often comes from seeing what is real, not just what is perfect. For me, that encounter lingered long after the moment passed. It sparked a reflection about how often we chase ideals, whether in ourselves or in those we admire, and how liberating it is to realize that imperfection does not diminish worth. In fact, it deepens it. Watching Wang Yibo in that quiet, unpolished state made me appreciate not just his artistry, but his humanity. And it left me feeling strangely inspired to slow down, to embrace the ordinary, and to remember that even the brightest stars are at their most powerful when they allow themselves to simply be. In the end, the emotional impact was not about surprise or excitement alone. It was about a quiet, enduring sense of connection. The feeling that in seeing Wang Yibo like this, I had glimpsed not the star but the man. And that, in its simplicity, was far more moving than any performance could ever be. New perspective. Lessons from the encounter. This accidental meeting taught me something important. Sometimes the most inspiring moments happen when life is unscripted. Watching Wang Yibo quietly enjoy his surroundings made me reflect on how valuable it is to slow down, step away from the chaos, and reconnect with the ordinary moments that make life beautiful. It's not about flawless appearances or constant performance. It's about being present, even when no one's watching. And maybe that's what true charisma really is. So, what would you do if you unexpectedly met your favorite celebrity in such a simple, everyday setting? Would you rush for a photo, or just watch quietly, appreciating the moment? Thank you so much for watching and sharing this little journey with me. If you enjoyed this story and want to discover more behind-the-scenes moments of your favorite stars, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means the world to me, and together we'll continue exploring the stories that bring us closer to the people we admire. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video.